All right, guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a great weekend. So, Virgil van Dijk has been speaking in an exclusive interview with Jamie Redknapp for Sky Sports. I suspect that this interview is going to air tomorrow. I also suspect that that interview is on the Sky Sports YouTube channel, so maybe you want to go and look for it. I've watched it, I've seen a bit of it, but I wasn't really paying attention as to where it was. But it was Virgil talking to Jamie Redknapp. It's probably about 15 minutes long, something like that, talking about a few different things. But I'm just going to focus on the key points for you to save you watching it. He said that conversations have been ongoing for some time. What will happen in the future at this point, I have no idea. But at some point, I think, in the next couple of months, there will definitely be information. What else did he say? Again, in the next couple of months, there will be some updates on my future. When there is a definite answer on my future, it will probably be out, meaning it will probably be out there, a bit of sarcasm, it'll probably be out there, like when there's an answer about it all. And he said, I've always said I'm quite calm about it. And I think he made reference to Genie. He said, my friend Genie, I'm sure he said that. He said when he was running down, into his last 6 months of his contract, I was like, how can you be so calm? And he said, but now I understand it. He said, I am completely calm about it, not flapping at all. He says, I'm in a very good place physically, mentally, and the only focus I'm having at the moment is trying to be successful with Liverpool. He spoke about that quite a bit. I want to be the best captain and player I can be for the team and for the club. And his emphasis was on, right now I just want to win things. Spoke about the 3 competitions that Liverpool were in. And yeah, basically that's it, so what will happen in the future, I have no idea, I guess is the key point. I know some people want to think and want to believe that he's, secretly signed a new contract, and Mo Salah has, and it's all to protect Trent and all this. Stop it, all right? I know some people want these things to happen so much and they hear these theories and, people, try to will it to happen. They want it to happen. Yeah, that's what's happened, really. So what you're suggesting, if you believe that, then is that you've got Virgil van Dijk sitting in front of Jamie Redknapp basically lying then, lying to people in interviews and everything to protect a player. It's just complete and utter nonsense. So what you could, maybe come up with is that, look at it from the club's point of view, right? Say from Richard Hughes' point of view, Michael Edwards. You could say that they know that they're going to meet the terms of these players. They know what it would take to make those deals happen, but it would be more helpful to them if they delayed that as long as possible, all right? Now, with no other clubs really showing any interest in Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah, there's no pressure on Liverpool to spring into action, with giving them what they want. So if I was Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, or whoever you want to think is doing all these negotiations. I mean, obviously Richard Hughes is Liverpool and Edwards is FSG football, but that oversees Liverpool and the Friends. So of course they're discussing, what they're doing, and etc. etc. If you were responsible for these contract negotiations, what would you do if you were in their position? And this is sometimes all you have to do when you're a football fan. It's not rocket science, is it? So think about it. If you were like, yeah, I don't want them to leave. I know what they want. I've managed to get it down a bit. I am going to give them what they want, and I know that we can make a deal happen. Would you have done that in December? Would you have done it in January, knowing that there was the January transfer window coming up and the fans, there might be a backlash if nothing happens? What if Liverpool crash out of the race for the league title when they need some positive news, to make everyone smile again and so to repair things? It's like politics, isn't it? You time your news well. So let's just say even Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah don't know what's going to happen. Like he's saying, well, I have no idea what will happen, but in a few months, obviously we will, a couple of months or whatever. But Richard Hughes could be sat there thinking, I know I've got these deals. No one's like, going out of the way to sign them. Maybe the Saudis are with Mo Salah, but he didn't want to go there at the moment. So he's not under pressure, right? So if I was Richard Hughes, I'd be thinking, delay, 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 because I know the shit's going to hit the fan with Trent, for example, if he does go to Real Madrid. So it makes common sense for them to delay it as long as possible. And when you look at it like that and start thinking of it from a business point of view, from the club's point of view, it kind of makes sense, right? I can't see them leaving, guys. I can't see them leaving on free transfers, So because think of the consequences of that. Think of the backlash of that. Think of the pressure the owners would be. Think of the pressure Richard Hughes would be. He's come back, he's took this job, this dream team, apparent dream team with Michael Edwards, and they've lost two of the world's best players under his watch. All right, it's terrible. And then think how much money that would have to be found to reinvest in replacements. So the club has to play hardball to an extent, and I agree with it. I do agree with that. I can imagine that the club, are lowballing on some of the deals, the likes of Konate, Diaz, but we know Diaz, he wants to go to Barcelona, and I think the club will be happy to sell him there in the summer if they can get the money from Barcelona. Obviously, Barcelona's financial situation has been resolved, but they've got to follow this 1-1 rule in La Liga, right? If you don't understand that, all you have to do is go to www.coptalk.com. And on the front page of my website, I imagine maybe a couple down or something, you will see an article that says something about Barcelona being interested in Luis Diaz, how they're going to finance it, how they're going to make it work. And if you open up that article, it will explain in that what Barcelona would have to do to sign Luis Diaz. All right, guys. So if I was you, I'd be chilled. I'd be relaxed. I'm not flapping at all. My opinion could change. I could be losing my shit at some point over it all. Who knows? But I still suspect that they will come to an agreement. He's there saying, Virgil, I don't know what's going to happen, what the future holds, but within a couple of months, it's going to be out there, I suspect, or there will be more information. Well, yeah, because the season's going to end, and so is his contract. So you let me know what you're feeling. I know your feelings probably change all the time, but I don't believe that he's secretly agreed a contract and he's going out there and telling the world that he hasn't agreed a deal because they're protecting Trent. Nah. All right, guys. If you appreciate this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Please drop me a comment. If you want to support the channel, buy me a coffee or a beer. It's the weekend after all. You can hit the super thanks button. That's the love heart under the video. Read the video description for the link to the newsletter. Sent out a very important update on there today, which you'll be disappointed that you've missed out on, I think. It's also available on the members website. And I will be making a video about the contents of that if you've missed it. But I don't think that's going to be till Monday, because I've got plans this weekend and things like that. All right, guys. So I'm off to the football tomorrow. Yeah, I decided to go. I'm going to go and see David Villa's Blue and White Army tomorrow in action. 4th from bottom, playing Villarreal C, 3rd from top tomorrow. It's quite a trek from here, probably about 2.5 hours. But I've packed my cooler. I've packed it in the fridge. It's like a rucksack, but with to keep things cold. It's absolutely rammed with cans of cider, and I've got another bag full of cheese and ham pastries. 12. I got 12. They're not all for me. No, we're going up minibus, and on the way back, when I turn around and go, does anyone want a cheese and ham pastry? I'll have loads of friends. It's the only way I can do it, by my friends. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want them, fuck them, I'll eat them myself. You know what I'm saying? Listen, have a great weekend, guys. If you appreciate the vid, thumbs up, and remember to drop me a comment.